Pierre, before we talk about this year's draft, I wanted to talk about some of the guys from last year. It was announced last night Brady Tkachuk made the all-rookie team, and then 4 other players were named to their national showcase teams for the summer. What does that say about the job that these guys have done, that you're seeing some kind of positive returns early on?
We're definitely, the first thing it says, our scouting staff has done a great job. Our scouting staff over the course of the last years has done a fantastic job drafting players for this organization, putting players that are already Ottawa Senators are going to be future Ottawa Senators. Having Brady Tkachuk named to the all-rookie team, I think there was only him and Rasmus Dahlin from last year's draft that made the all-rookie team this year, and then having 4 guys, 2 going to the Canadian camp in Bernard Docker and Tyconic, and then having 2 guys going to the American camp in Gruden and Lloyd. I think it says a kudos to our scouting staff for doing such a good job.
Now, as we kind of shift our focus to this year, you came up through a scouting background and doing draft. Is this still as exciting for you to kind of be here this weekend as you head into the NHL draft?
Yeah, it's extremely exciting for me to be here, but for me to be with the scouts. I think it's the time of the year that we all gather together, where the culmination of all our year's work is. It comes down to 2 days, and it's putting the final touches on the list, seeing the excitement in the scouts when we draft someone, and at the same time, on a personal note, it's a great time to just talk about trades and talk about hockey, and in a Canadian city, it makes it even better.
Our fans are doing a draft party tomorrow night. They're heading to the Royal Oak. Is that kind of the fun of it? Like, this is now the Ottawa Senators we're back in the news again. There's the draft. We're getting ready for development camp. Is it nice that there's some excitement again around the team?
Yeah, it's great. Development camp is one time of the year where we look forward so much to seeing all these players and getting a chance to see a lot of the players that we've acquired through trades that'll be in Ottawa for the first time. Just an example, like Jonathan Davidson. Abramov, who obviously played. We get to see Josh Norris, first time wearing a Senator uniform. I think these are things that really get us excited as a group of scouts, a group of management. I think at the same time for our coaching to see all these good young players and having such a good development camp.
You guys have been meeting here the past few days. How have those meetings been going? Is there as much excitement in the room?
Without a doubt, there's so much excitement in that room, and they're great, productive, constructive conversations about what player we could get at 19, what player we could get at 32, what player we could get at 44. It really, when you see the passion of the scouts about guys not just fighting for the guys that they know well, but guys that they've seen through the course of the year, and hoping we can get player A instead of player B, or knowing that we're going to get 3 very good players in the first 2 rounds really excites us.
There's been a lot of talk about number 19, but I wanted to ask about number 32. Because, I mean, besides the first overall pick, that's the one you have the most time to kind of play with, make your mind up. Is that exciting to hold that pick?
Oh, without a doubt. Having pick 32, is something really exciting to have, because between pick 31 and 32 is the longest time in the draft, and a lot of time the scouts tell their general manager, we never thought this guy could be there at 32. Can you try to get pick 32? So we figure we're going to get a lot of calls between the end of the draft on Friday night until Saturday morning when it starts again.
And just lastly, since we last talked to you, the Sens have signed a couple players.
Yes.
Why was it important to kind of make the offers to Andreas Englund and Marcus Hogberg this week?
Well, they're 2 people that we think have a chance to be NHL players one day. When it comes to Englund, he was our most improved defenseman in Belleville this year. He had a chance to play a few games. We've seen his puck skills ability really improve. His feet are good. He's a big body that really competes, and we saw you need big bodies in the playoffs. So he's someone that we can hope has a legit chance of making our team within this year, next year. And at the same time, Hogberg was arguably the best goalie in the American League last year, or one of the best goalies in the American League, and he was a big reason that we had such a strong playoff push in the second half. He was tough to beat on most nights, and we just feel another year in the American League, and then having a chance to be on our team at some point in time is going to be the best thing for his development.